All right, so finding a comfortable space, getting yourself nice and relaxed. You don't need your notepad right now. We're just going to do a brief opening meditation. All right, so begin just by closing your eyes. And just bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing what's present for you right now. And becoming aware of your physical body. Any tensions that you may have in your body. Just breathing into those areas and relaxing them as best as you can. Feeling your body becoming heavier as you're dropping down more deeply onto your chair. Becoming aware of any emotions, any thoughts. And then simply allowing them to be breathed out on the next out breath. And they're welcome to return at the end. But for now, we're just letting go of anything that is preventing us from being fully present to this moment. And on the next out breath, visualizing your energy shooting all the way down to connect to the heart of the earth. Feeling yourself held in her embrace. And then breathing in her nourishing, nurturing energy. Feeling it moving up your legs into your base chakra. It might even be tingling as you're feeling the life force of Mother Earth moving into your body. And then bringing your awareness to your crown chakra, opening up through the top of your head to the cosmos, to the divine, to the all that is. And breathing in a conscious connection to your higher self. Breathing in the divine light and love and energy, and feeling it trickling down the back of your spine all the way to meet the earth energy in your base chakra. And as you do so, notice how your energy field is expanding. We are becoming connected, consciously connected to the all that is. And then bringing your attention to the reason why you are here today. What is bringing you here? What are you searching for? What answers do you hope and desire to receive? What are you looking to deepen into? What are you desiring to open up to release, to transmute? And where are you at in your life right now that makes this really important? And then just letting all of those thoughts and feelings go. Taking a deep breath in, bringing life force back into your physical body, and then gently coming back into the room and open your eyes. So if there's anything that you want to write down right now from this very brief opening, setting an intention, something that you hadn't already been aware of, there might be something new that's happened, perhaps a reason why it's so important. You're welcome to just take a few moments and do that. All right. So I want to take a very brief moment to just introduce myself to you. Some of you know me already really well, others don't know me that well, and just my reason for creating this program. So I've been working particularly with women and in coaching for the past 10 years. And more moving towards assisting women in particular to open up to their divine feminine within themselves. And as part of that, sexuality became a really strong aspect of that work, into releasing shame. But also through my coaching training and the NLP that I've studied, suddenly taking people to the core origin didn't just end in this life. It would go into the womb, or it would go into past lives. And so I made that my area of expertise in a way, to really channeling the questions that would assist people to deepen into wherever they needed to go to. Prior to becoming a life coach or spiritual mentor, whatever title is I'm giving myself in the moment, I was a theatre director in London for 10 years, sort of traveling around. And prior to that, I grew up in Germany, but I left Germany almost like as soon as I could. And I'll talk more about that journey in when we're talking about soul purpose next week, because my soul purpose is deeply was a very good reason why I grew up in Germany. Yeah, I think that's pretty much, like, in a nutshell, what I want to share with you. If you have any other questions, then I'm happy to chat about that. But now the intention for this work, it used to be a chakra workshop, like a chakra retreat, that I started doing about 7 years ago. So I've run at least 7 of these as a weekend retreat. And then recently I did this exact same thing in Warragul. And right now I'm in the middle of a live one in Inverloch. And it's all kind of broad richness to it. And every single one is different depending on who's in the room, what's going on for you. And, of course, I'm constantly growing and evolving as well. So I'm bringing new things in all the time as well. So this kind of work, this body of work has been around for 7 years, but it evolves and grows organically depending on who's there. So I would love to hear from you now. your intentions for being here. Just maybe introducing yourselves a little bit. We're a really nice and intimate group, just the 4 of you, the 5 of us. So we have the opportunity to go really deep with this work. So just unmute yourself if you want to start. And yeah, let's hear the intentions and what brings us together. And as always, actually before we do, I'll introduce this crystal. Because we are all mirrors of one another. And so if at any point I may be speaking to one of you directly, and the others might be just witness, the best way we learn is by constantly asking, how is that a reflection within me? How does that apply to me? Where do I feel this way? Even if in the moment you don't, or even if your ego is telling you, oh no, I'm done with this, that's no longer applying to me. There is always the reason, this group has come together, there's a reason. So this question, this constant curiosity will really assist you in gaining a lot more from this, as if you were just a passive witness. So in my live ones, I always have this crystal with me. And as you can see, it has 6 sides. And what I can see from my end is not what you can see. So if we were to look really closely into it, it's very hard to show. There's the patterns in the crystal that you can see from one side, but I can't see from the other side. And so that's how in life, when we're looking at things from a human perspective, this is how misunderstandings and arguments and the right and wrong comes in. Because yes, you can see maybe the haziness and I can't. So my truth is my truth here and your truth is your truth. But we're in this duality of arguing about stuff because we're forgetting that actually if we were to move up here to the highest point of the crystal, we would see that both sides belong to the same crystal. It's just a different manifestation, a different aspect of the truth. And there is no ultimate truth in the universe. The universe is full of paradoxes. And if we know this as a if we know this as a truth, which is contradicting what I just said, saying there is no absolute truth. But if we take on that belief or that knowing, it's a knowing. If we take on that knowing, then life can become a lot easier in a way because we are not looking at how we are right and how somebody else is wrong. So I'm sharing this with you now just as a way of when we're connecting, that we're kind of dropping out of our head and into our heart and really listening from a heart space of saying, how is this true for me? How do I maybe need to shift perspective from where I'm sitting right now to try on this truth that another person is having? So that's my invitation to you. Not just for this 2 hours, but for life. There's a lot of arguments can be avoided if we had that attitude, if we asked the question, what if there was a really good intention for why this person is doing what they're doing? That way we're approaching the situation with compassion, with curiosity, rather than this need to defend our truth. And I think that's a really important quality to develop, to ensure that we can live together more harmoniously, more from these divine feminine values. So, who would like to go first with their intentions? And I'll pass the crystal as a talking stick to you, Petra.
Good morning, everybody. It's interesting going through this, and I thought, right, well, I'm going to go first. One of the challenges that I'm facing at the moment, and I'm kind of calling it my blessed unrest, and that's reclaiming my feminine, because I've realised as a result of family abuse, institutional abuse, all of that kind of stuff, it was no longer safe for me to be a woman. It was no longer safe. Oh, here we go. So I'm in a very different relationship right now, and I'm very blessed by that. And because of the safety that he's provided as an external thing, I feel that it's allowed me to explore my feminine side, because it just wasn't safe to do that before. And I had to shut everything down. And there's like somebody or many people have said, you wear the pants and you've grown balls. You know, so that's where I'm at, just in abbreviated version, reclaiming that feminine side and allowing that to be in a safe space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I'll go ahead. Hi, my name is Jasenia, and my intention is it's a wee bit all over the place, but the main thing I've noticed is just a lot of self-sabotage. I really feel as if I finally have woken up from this dream state of existence, and there's so much that I'm receiving because of that, and that path that I've woken up to, I keep feeling like time is slipped away from me from these old mannerisms of self-sabotaging myself, from like just feeling a lot of doubt and fear and like not really being able to hold on to that inner power and magic that I've just woken up to, and it's a new thing. And yeah, and I'm just so curious as to like what parts of myself are really holding myself back from really embracing myself. And that is one of the biggest thing for sure. And then also just re-embracing my sensuality. I've realized how much of my life I've led from a masculine point of view. So I don't know how to, like, the sense of softness came this past month, and really stepping into just softness. And I realized I don't know what being sensual is. And that is such a strange thing to even say as a woman. Like, what is sensuality beyond just like don't mind the vulgar word, but like fucking, like New York is just a horrible place to be a single woman. So yeah, that's roughly the intention, I think, is just regaining that power to just be, and then thus continue on the path that I'm on that just feels so vivid.
Thank you. Who's next?
Hi, I'll go next.
Thanks, Aslan.
I want to deepen my connection to my higher self and continue this beautiful work that I do, which is to empower women, step into their power. And as I say that, I notice we are already that. It's not like I'm trying to give that to them. It's about waking them up to that realization. And what I'm noticing is on my journey, my personal journey.
Can I interrupt you for a second? The sound is kind of dropping in and out. I'm wondering if you have earphones.
I do. I'll try that.
Would be helping.
Let me know if you can. How does this sound? Can you hear me okay?
I think that's better.
Yep. So
yes.
Yeah, noticing that in my current life, I live with my boyfriend, and there is this doubt within myself that I'm looking to transform and really overcome around my ability to look after myself financially. It's been a long lineage of that I can't run my business on my own, and I'm really done with self-sabotage sabotage your limiting beliefs. So for me, it's about anchoring into my soul's purpose and trusting my guidance. And trusting to take the steps moving forward that is in alignment with my highest self and my highest purpose. I prefer to do that with little bumps along the way, if that makes sense. Like I just want to, yeah, pain-free. Pain-free journey. I'm kind of done with. And I get that inside of us, a lot of conditioning and shame that I'm undoing personally around what it is to be powerful as a woman. And this is my journey. Having grown up in a Muslim tradition, patriarchal, very dominant patriarchal society. So yeah, it's bringing compassion and tenderness to all of these areas as I undo and unfold.
Thank you. Yes, Petra's saying, is it possible for you, Azam, to turn up your volume? Because it was still going in and out a little bit. I think we could understand it all, but it just, yeah.
Just check, but yeah, I've got you on fairly loud. How's this any different?
It sometimes is loud and then it softens. It's really odd.
Okay.
But I think we got the gist. Like I definitely feel like I heard the everything important that you had to say. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Anna. Bottom left, you can unmute yourself. Not yet.
I am.
There you are.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm not so great at these technologistics. Was trying to slide the phone and it didn't work. So my name is Anna. I'm originally from Latvia. And I'm here today. I was in Europe for 3.5 months visiting my family, and it was an amazing journey because I met so many spiritual people. My mom sent me to this amazing shamanic dance and music festival for 4 days because she couldn't go herself. She had to do something else. And I met amazing healers from all around the country. It was amazing feeling having so many beautiful people around. So when I came back to Australia, when I arrived to Melbourne, I realized I got very confused and lonely, and the traffic and the loudness and everything confused me so much that I decided to move to Portland, which is far away from Melbourne, where my dog was staying while I was in Europe. And now all these 3 weeks or month or how long I've been back now, I'm just very confused. I would love to hang out with other like-minded people and learn things from them. And my main thing, what I would love to do, I would love to open my heart completely and let the heart sing and do the work for me in the life. 'Cause my mind is my biggest problem. I get stuck into it a lot. I'm overthinking and thinking, and I just don't let the heart do the job. Yeah. As soon as I let the heart go and shine, I'll be able to do my life purpose and everything. And another thing, I don't know how to get rid of this fear or whatever is holding me back. What was the name? I can't spell it. Jessenia said. Yeah. Something she said, just get rid of whatever's holding you back and live full life. Yeah.
Yes. And is that your intention for this 8-week journey as well?
Yes, opening my heart and let the heart do the job.
Yes, beautiful. It feels like most people here are looking like deepening into that soul purpose and just letting the heart, just going into that. We've got deepening into the feminine, which is also like softening and opening the heart, connecting deeper to the source energy that we are already connected to, but consciously really knowing that we are connected to that is the key. And just trusting this journey of magic that the life brings us, and how can we integrate this spiritual awareness that is coming through into the everyday. How can we live in the everyday whilst having that soul connection to the divine, and still not having to run away into a monastery, or out of, how can we integrate it and be of this world rather than having to retreat, I think is a question that is coming up as well. It's all about integration of what we are waking up to. So today, I titled this, the first one, about Dare to Dream, because we need to create a roadmap so we know where we're going. And this is not just for these 8 weeks, but this is for where you are at right now in your life, and what is it that you are choosing to create. If there were no obstacles, if there was no fear, what could you create? How would you, for the lack of a better word, how would you serve the world? What would you contribute to this world if there was no fear? And I'm going to guide you into a journey in a moment, but to assist us with this is the Celtic goddess Bridget. Now, she is a goddess of inspiration, and I ran out of time to look why she has 3 heads here. So if any of you know, we'd love to hear you share that. So she was called upon by the writers and artists to give, she was the muse. People would call on her when they were doing their creative work. And in a way, this flame is representing her connection to the divine. It is said that she was born and birthed with this flame that is coming out of her crown chakra. So we're going to go into a guided journey where we're going to connect to Bridget right now, so that she can give you perhaps an even bigger vision that is truly connected to your soul, of what it is that you are choosing to create in your life. And we've already talked about intentions, but how can that, what does that ideal life look like, I guess? What is it that you would be doing if money wasn't an obstacle, if fears weren't an obstacle? What is that vision? And I remember I was in a workshop probably about 10 years ago now, and more than that, 12 years ago. And this woman, she guided us through this vision, again, into soul purpose. And I got this vision that I would be traveling around the world, flying into communities, doing my thing, leaving the community change, and doing this all around the world. At the time, I had no idea what my thing was, but that vision always stayed with me. And throughout those 12 years, I've been consistently working towards that, firstly figuring out what is my thing, which I'm now aware of. And then also, okay, so how do I make this happen? I'm feeling next year really is a big, big traveling year for me. So it is definitely happening, and it's happened in little drips and drabs. Yes. The other thing that just came into my awareness was the perceived obstacles that we face. And I'm saying perceived because time is an illusion. And we often, with our human self, we don't know why there are delays, or why things happen the way that they do. I loved, Aslan, what you were saying. You want to have that painful growth, painless growth. you know. And I was thinking, is that even possible? And I guess it is, because it depends on your belief. But I'm also aware that, you know, like the caterpillar transforms into the butterfly, and that stretching out of the cocoon takes a lot of effort, and it is probably exhausting to an extent. And the very act of doing that is making the muscles of the butterfly, strengthens the muscles so that when it's finally out, it can fly. And there's this story of, you know, somebody who's interfering, like somebody saying, oh, you're struggling, let me help you. And opening the cocoon for the butterfly. And then the butterfly doesn't get what it needs from the struggle and then can't fly and dies. So there are, you know, I'm not saying that pain, you know, transformation with ease is not possible, but if for whatever reason it doesn't happen in that way, just know that everything happens with purpose. And yeah, just going, breathing into that and going with that, and instead of resisting it. I don't know why I said that right now, but it wanted to be said. So, yes, let's go into a guided visualization where we're going to move into that inspiration, being in spirit, connecting to our vision for the future, connecting to our vision of our higher self for our future. So when you're ready, can you hear that music? No? I'll make it louder. Yeah, now you can. Okay. Is it too loud? A bit too loud, yes. Let's turn it down a bit. There you go. When I'm changing it, I can't see your faces. How's that? You shaking your head lower? Okay. Hang on. Where are you gone? Is that good? Thumbs up. Excellent. It's hard for me to know because the computer picks it up differently. Anna, what are you saying? You want it up? A little bit up. Okay. I can't see you right now, so maybe somebody can unmute and then I can, actually, here we go. How's that? Yeah, great. All right, let's leave it there. So just go ahead and close your eyes again. And feeling yourself dropping into yourself. Feeling that connection to the earth again. Feeling yourself grounded and held as you are opening up through your crown chakra again. Expanding your energy field. And then imagine that you are walking into a beautiful meadow. The spring flowers are blooming. The sun is shining. You're smelling the fragrances in the air, hearing the birds, feeling the sun touching your skin. You're feeling free and expanded. Breathing in deeply and sensing the connection to the earth. And in the distance, you notice a figure appearing, a being of light, your higher self. So seeing her approaching from the distance, not just seeing her with your eyes, but feeling her and seeing her with your heart. What qualities does she have? You may just get the obvious figure of light, or you may get a very specific goddess or woman. And she is presenting herself to you with the qualities that are important for you right now. So maybe you can nod when you are feeling her presence. Thank you. And if you can't feel her, just imagine a being of light being present with you, coming closer and closer and giving you an embrace. Feeling her connecting to you and holding you in her loving arms. Noticing her qualities as her heart is touching yours. She has so much compassion for you, so much love for your journey and any struggles that you are encountering. And that love and compassion is transmitting from her heart into yours, so that you too can have a renewed sense of deeper compassion towards your own life. A deeper sense of love and appreciation for what's happening in your world. You're feeling very safe in her arms. You're allowing yourself to let go, to be fully present in your heart, to really be present in that state of being, of feeling connection, love and compassion, softness and openness. Really breathing those qualities in and out of your being. And your higher self tells you that you are going to meet Bridget in a moment. But that first, you must be open and receptive. Letting go of the mind or any preconceived ideas and just becoming very present and very still. And then you see her. Bridget is flying in to join you on this beautiful meadow. Her fire on her crown burning brightly. Notice the joy, the vitality that she has. She's coming to give you an embrace. And as she does, she is igniting your fire on your crown chakra, sharing her flame with you, giving you that spark of inspiration. And you ask her the question, beyond my wildest dreams, beyond any preconceptions, what am I here to do? Who am I here to be? And simply allowing the images, feelings, and answers to flood into your awareness. Where is that journey taking you? Who are you helping? Who are you sharing your life with? How are you feeling? What inspires you? What qualities, what values would you love to experience on a daily basis? Compassion, love, connection, adventure, sensuality, security. What is it that you value? And how can you bring more of that into your life? Noticing how Bridget is opening the door for your visions to flood in clearly. You're connecting you to your inner knowing, to your inspiration. And then asking her if she has a message for you. It could be a word, it could be a look, or it could be a sentence. And thanking her for the gift, the message, or just her presence as she is flying, giving you an embrace before she is flying back into the ether. Embracing your higher self and feeling that deep, familiar connection, knowing that she is always with you. You may even like her to superimpose into your body now and become part and stay part of your energy field. As you're bringing your awareness back into your room, leaving the meadow behind, coming back into your room, back into your body, and taking a nice deep breath in, breathing a life force back into your body. You might be stretching and moving before you come back to open your eyes. So take a moment to just write down any messages in dot form that you received that you definitely want to remember before we're going into a sharing. And then whoever is ready, you can unmute yourself and share. And for the listeners, I'm curious what we could be listening for. Maybe we can listen for how that resonates within us, how the visions and dreams that the other woman received are part of our vision as well. Who would like to go first? Anna, are you ready?
I saw a vision of me being up on a big stage, and then like the pictures were like changing in between me talking in a microphone or playing piano and singing. And then I saw healing people. And then when you were talking about what would be the message Bridget is saying, I just heard the song, the sing, sing, sing. Oh, why don't you sing? I think it's like, I don't know if it's like Coldplay or something, the song Sing. Yeah, it just that started sounding in my ears. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, and did you know that before? Was that something that surprised you, or that
I actually I did have like a crazy shamanic journey during the festival, that was actually something really, really powerful. There was this girl performing singing. We used to study together 9 years ago, and she was always encouraging me to just let it go and just sing and just express myself and not being worried and stuff like that. I didn't really listen to her. I had rough journey back in the day, and then she was performing at this festival during the ceremony where we had to close our eyes, and ladies were like connecting with ourselves, and they were like drawing a spiritual animal on our forehead.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to keep the eyes closed, so they were whispering in the ear what it means and what they saw. And this lady like comes to my ear, and she said some bird's name, and I was like, I'm not too sure what it means. She was like, it's a bird, it sings very beautifully. And the moment she said that, my friend was singing something. It sounded like she was like screaming out my name in this like really beautiful voice. I started crying, and I was just like, I felt like I got like a piece of wood against my face, like poof. Like I've finished a vicious cycle or something. I've been running around doing things, experiencing, exploring, but like I'm back to the point zero. And like it was so weird how this beautiful singing girl was healing me with the singing for singing.
Mm.
Yeah. So keeps on following me, this.
Well, something to investigate. And in terms of your career or what you wanted to do from your logical mind, was singing anywhere on the radar?
Sorry, on a what?
From a logical perspective of what is your plan, like you're in Portland right now, but what are you doing for work, or where you're heading? Was singing anywhere part of that vision so far?
Yes, I'm working on trying to get some piano here in the house so I could, or at least find somewhere where to practice and compose, because I compose my own songs on piano.
Mm-hmm.
And sing. I just gotta work on that one. I just hope universe will like share some piano with me soon, because I've got a lot of ideas and I gotta get them out. So the first step is having actually piano in my life.
Could it be a keyboard, or does it have to be a piano?
Or keyboard or piano. My own keyboard, big keyboard, is in Byron Bay still. So maybe I do a little quick trip to Byron Bay and bring it down, because it costed me left arm and leg back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, write that down. Just
go to Byron Bay for a little holiday and get the keyboard.
It's one option, but if that's how you will get your keyboard, then that's worth doing. But yeah, just have it there as an option.
Yeah, get the keyboard from Byron Bay. Yeah, that idea has been on my mind for some time now. Going to Byron Bay really fast and just get the keyboard. Have the beautiful beaches and see the town again as well. Mm-hmm. I used to live there for like a year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I can go ahead. This is Jasenia again. And on my end, I didn't get any visuals, but I did get a bunch of sensations. So when Bridget was coming into my crown, it just felt like this fire was just like from this tiny little hole just penetrating, but then it became kind of bigger, and it was just borderline painful. But it just like it was just this really intense fire in the crown. And then she helped me feel something in my heart. There was a lot of just warmth, I believe, in my heart. Or I'm still putting words to feelings, it's still really new to me when it comes to just like sensing, but like the concept of a channel, like a channel for just this feeling, because I've felt that sensation before in the past, that like really fiery entrance in the crown, and it's been pretty active all of today actually. And then when you asked the questions that I asked Bridget, like a message, I then felt my throat activate, and I don't know if it was to sing, or it was definitely like, it was like a blowing sensation of just really like a not a softness, but like a delicate thing with my voice, but like that silence in the night, kind of, I was blowing that out. Yeah, so definitely like heart and voice sensations, and that really bright, crisp, fiery entrance in the crown, but no visuals.
It sounds like from the journey that you are on with your spirit self. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Can you repeat that?
Yes. So it sounded like where you're at on your journey, where that spirit self is coming into your body now, wanting to integrate. That when you were doing the I almost felt like that was you, the breath of life coming through you, the breath of spirit moving through you. And I can see you in holding space in groups as well, and just being this transmitter, because when we talk about next week about purpose, it's the key really to our purpose is to embody a certain state of being, and so I'm feeling the more comfortable you become with all these energies and sensations in your body, the more you can channel them into groups as well, to transmit them, to become like the oracle almost, what you feel in your heart.
Okay.
How does that resonate?
Beautiful. It resonates real. It's like, but yeah, it's been a lot of coming into my awareness of stepping into something, and like just I'm lucky in terms of like I've saved enough. I'm not really afraid. I have the opportunity. Like there is no fears or obligations towards anything. So I'm literally just open and embracing everything that's flowing my way. But it's like I still don't have that particular thing. But I know that there's like I'm going to step into something and be a bridge towards sharing something, and it's just finding that particular thing or the particular method towards sharing the medicine, and there's this eagerness to get there, and I know it's like part of the journey is like just let it flow through, but there's just like this eagerness of just like getting rid of just all the past bullshit and fear and self-doubt that keeps just like I'll go forward and then like some poisonous doubt, and then I'll feel myself going backwards. I'm like, no, I don't. But yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the journey. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. All of it. It's like, yeah, totally get it. And after we shared this, we're going to move into those fears and bringing them to the surface. What is stopping that vision from manifesting? Releasing at least one layer around that.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks.
Who's next?
Can you hear me okay?
I think so.
It's okay. Let me put my volume up full and see if that makes a difference. Now I'm up all the way. Does that make a difference?
It's the best we can do. It's still doing the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I had a lot of body sensations as well, and not so many vivid visions as such. I actually saw a masculine entity at the beginning, and very, very powerful, strong male, masculine energy. And I saw he was huge, like yeah, like almost like out of proportion huge in terms of my human body size to his. So I noticed that at the beginning as he was walking.
And what was the feeling associated to that masculine figure? The qualities?
Like I just vividly remember his long legs and big, thick hands. And happy. He had a joyful, happy essence. Playful, light.
Was he like a protector or a warrior? Like if we were to put an archetype name to him? Or youthful?
More the nurturing side, I would say, rather than the fierce warrior. But there was a darkness as well to his quality. He actually almost looked like a New Caledonia. That's the right place. I don't know where this is coming from, but I'll trust it. New Caledonia, so Noumea.
Say that again, that I couldn't understand.
So New Caledonia, where there's a lot of black, French black people.
Yes.
So that type of quality he looks like. And I, never been there. I don't know anything about that place.
I'm feeling, before you carry on, I've got these cards, Gods and Titans. And I would love to pull one for you.
Okay.
So you tell me when to stop shuffling, and whatever comes, wherever I'm at, whatever I'm holding on my thumb is the card I'm going to show you.
Okay. Okay. So.
Thoth. Wisdom. So so this is the Egyptian. He is the, is he the son of Isis, I think. I'm going to look him up.
Yep.
He's the one that he's a scribe. And yeah, he's the one that, let me.
Thank you. I will look that up.
Thoth. Trust that you know, discern and simplify all the opinions and informations being directed at you. Thoth, who assisted Isis, husband of white feathered Ma'at, you who hold the knowledge of all books, of all numbers, of all thought, allow me to understand in completeness what I need to know.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, seeker of knowledge, an active student. His energy can not only inspire you, but also give you practical guidance on how best to realize your dreams.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened then?
And then I experienced Bridget come in. I saw her come to my left side of my body, and she was holding a fire heart. So she was emanating fire, carrying it in her palms and gifting it to me. And then I experienced this shower of cold temperature. My body physically was very cold. And I'm in Queensland, it's not cold today. But yeah, just noticing the cools, my skin, I had goosebumps. And yeah, it was literally like a cold shower being draped over me.
Did you make that mean anything?
Discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
I'm uncomfortable.
Mm.
Yeah, something's not right.
And did she give you a message?
No, I didn't get that. I didn't feel that exchange. Other than noticing her radiant essence and her beauty. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't quite.
Were there any visions that you got around where you're meant to be or what you're meant to be doing?
No, I feel like, yeah, there's a block there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt really like empty.
It felt what?
Empty.
Empty. Okay. Mm.
Yeah, so nothing really strongly that I could tap into.
Yeah. Well, we'll go into, you know, as the next part, go into this releasing the blocks that are
Yes.
coming. But it very much feels like with Thoth, that message you already know. You're already doing it. You're already there. You stop searching outside of yourself. It's like, I'm here to, it's already, yeah, it's all there.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Great. Thank you. We just need to unmute you, Petra.
Okay. What was interesting, it took me a long time to actually see or feel anything, and it was almost like I was putting this block on. So that's how I will kind of explain it. Then when it did actually come through, it was quite powerful. I saw myself as a mother chook, I suppose, putting the wings out and just herding, you know, they weren't children, they were people. And I thought, well, I don't know what that's all about. And then my mother came in, and that vision went away. And it was interesting because I'm just looking at what I've written down. Thank you, Mum. You are not to blame. And I remember, and I suppose the vision came out, that I told my mother of some abuse I'd had from a family friend, and within 2 years my mother was dead. And I believe that was, I have experienced past life things where I felt her shame, and this was really feeling her anger that this was allowed to happen from this person. And I was always angry that she left me and she died so early in my life. And I found a long time getting over that. And so all of that came up. I thought, oh dear, here we go. I'm not only feeling my mother's shame, but also taking on that intense anger. So that came up. And when you brought in Bridget, that real fire, but the fire came out of my mouth, not of my head. But it wasn't from me. I felt it was my mother. So that came in a lot. But then when that left, I've always had a vision of this organisation that's about playing for change. But it was interesting when Anna said about singing. And it came up, and I've written down women singing to freedom / growth / awakening. And it's kind of, I feel like nurturing, I'm holding the space and nurturing with allowing women to bring out their voice and singing whatever it is they need to express in a I believe songs are very powerful, more powerful than the spoken word sometimes, listening to that and the energy that evokes that. So that came out very much, and that made me smile. I thought, yep, I love music. I'm an old rocker, and I love that sort of era. So yeah, I thought that would be a lovely thing. Just me, like many people say, oh yeah, you know, you're doing your mother thing again, and I go, yep, that's cool. I can do that. So yes, yeah, it was quite overwhelming in a sense, but also very powerful. Awakening and realization.
So the mother theme was really strong in that, both as you being the mother and then your physical mother coming in, almost as if to show you where the block still is for you to step into the archetypal, universal, you know, mother figure, both cosmic and earth. That releasing that anger and shame. And did you feel that the flame coming out of your mouth was kind of burning that off, or did that not happen?
No, I didn't burn anything off. It was, yeah, I suppose like the dragon just burning everything in a negative way. Oh yeah, well I suppose, yeah, that's, yep, that, yeah. I didn't see it burning off. It was more expressing the
just
flame
making
as
you
a negative.
aware.
Yeah.
Making you aware was present, yeah. Maybe you and Anna need to get together.
I did think about that. Come a bit closer to Geelong, Anna.
You can unmute yourself if you want to say something. Yeah.
What I want to say, yeah, I go through Geelong quite often when I take the train from Portland to Melbourne.
Well, I'll pick you up.
Yeah. I could definitely come visit you on the way.
Yeah, and maybe that whole singing thing, yeah, that's been something that's been in my mind for a while. And Playing for Change is an organisation around the world, is empowering people through music and musical instruments and stuff like that. So
what was it called? Sorry, what was it called again?
Playing for Change.
Playing for Change. Write this one down.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it as a feminine perspective and just allowing, expressing, and for me it more comes around, and I remember saying to somebody once that said, you know, don't take the fact that I'm nice to you and being friendly and all the rest, that gives you the right to abuse me. So very much women coming out in their voice and acknowledging, no, that's not right. And expressing that in a way that's appropriate for them.
Beautiful, beautiful vision. Hi. And I'm also feeling Aslam and just Jasenia, right? That's how you pronounce it, Jasenia. Yes, thank you. There's something that you two have in common in terms of the gypsy. So if it doesn't happen now, perhaps you can have a conversation, set up a conversation outside of this, where Jasenia, you in particular can share your lifestyle and how you are making this possible for yourself to just travel and be a gypsy, because that's something that Aslam really, really desires to do. And can't figure out the how, right? At this point, not quite. Yeah. And so hearing another woman who's doing it might really just give you, whilst you're not going to do exactly what she's doing, it might just open some doors of how this could become possible. So when I do create the Facebook page later, yeah, then you can connect to each other and have a conversation and a chat. Yay. So
I would love that.
Awesome. Yay. Yes. So yeah, mirrors, we're already seeing how the connections are happening. So what the next thing I would like to focus on is we have the vision now, or we didn't get the vision, and now it's about bringing to the surface whatever obstacles are in our way that might prevent us from stepping into that vision, or in Aslam's case, prevent us from even grasping that vision from this. I mean, you've got your vision, you know what you want to do. So it's not like you don't have that, but just going from this particular meditation where I didn't want to come through, I think there's a powerful message here for that there is something that needs to be shifted, transmuted. Okay. Okay. So closing your eyes again, we're going to scan your body for the obstacles. If you need to stretch and move, we've been here for nearly an hour and a half. Yeah, just take a couple of moments to do that. Maybe even stand up and give your body a shake, just to releasing any tension that you've been feeling and finding, or just shaking in your car seat there. It's bringing your awareness to your body. I'm going to tap into our body wisdom now. All right. So closing your eyes again. And just feeling into your body as you are connecting to your vision. Whether you got that vision in this visualization, or whether you know and have a vision for your life already. Just tapping into the vision for your life. That thing, the medicine that you're meant to contribute, the singing, the holding space as a mother to facilitate women to be empowered and say enough to abuse. That sense of being free and traveling the world whilst sharing the magic of empowering women through their sensuality. Connecting to your vision, your purpose as you understand it at this point. Holding it and finding, where does that vision live within my body? I'm just pointing at it when you get it. And I know I can't see you, but so I don't know when you're doing that. Thank you. Thank you. Where in your body does that vision live? Yes. Yes. And just connecting to that part of you in your body, bringing your full awareness to your vision, where it lives in your body, and almost allowing it to grow simply by you giving it your attention. And then zooming out to the rest of your body, checking into any resistance towards that vision, any fears, any blockages. and locate them again inside of your body. And just speaking out loud where you're holding it, I can read your lips so I know that you've got it when you do. Yeah, great. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anna, have you got yours? Finding the resistance, finding the fear. And then really, like we did with the vision, focusing on that part, really bringing all of your awareness to it. And I'm going to do something horrible to you. I'm going to drop you out so that you can unmute yourselves. So I want to hear you. So if everyone can unmute. And then just dropping back into focusing on that part in your body that holds the resistance. And just feeling in, noticing if you can find the shape. Maybe it's got a color or a texture. Just bringing more three-dimensional reality to this. How big is it? Really going into this resistance. And then moving right into the center of it, finding yourself in the epicenter of this shape that you've discovered that might have a color or just a sensation or a tightness. And then let me know if there's any beliefs, any thoughts, any words in that center.
Holding on, letting go.
Holding on to the past, holding on to the old. Anyone else? What's the thought, the belief at the epicenter of resistance, of the fear?
Stop hurting me. Stop.
Yeah.
Resistance to flow, to just let go, to die.
Yeah. We're just waiting for Anna to come up with core of the emotional feeling at the epicenter of fear or resistance.
To become nothingness.
Anna, where in your body do you feel that thing?
I felt like the desire for music, it comes from the heart, but that's where like I have the tension as well, like in my like heart area, and then on the back, across the back, the same spot, and my throat. So I had like a little bit of tears coming out when I tried to like work with this resistance. I didn't have any words coming. It was literally just tears and pain.
Okay. Aslam, where was it for you? Where is it for you?
Lower back and my shoulder blades, and I'm also feeling
And
Ah,
is there a feeling or a belief in your shoulder blades and your jaw?
I can't rest. Can't trust. Can't rest in
Say that again.
knowing. I can't trust life
Mm-hmm.
as it acts.
Yeah. So what I want you to do now, all of you, is to take that part of you out of your body so that you can see it. So we've got I can't trust, letting go, just a fear and a stop. So those things, and take them out of your body and just see them there in front of you. And just repeat after me. We're going to call it fear for generic reasons, but you can name it your specific one. Dear fear, just repeat after me. Dear fear,
Dear fear,
Dear fear,
I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
I honor you.
I honor you.
I honor you.
I respect you.
I
I
respect you.
respect you.
I love you.
And
I love you.
Thank you for trying to keep me safe.
Thank you for
Thank
trying to
For
keep
trying
me
to
safe.
keep me.
Just breathing into whatever's coming up and witnessing and watching how your fear is responding to being seen, respected, and loved. And then ask that thing, what do you need?
What do you need?
What do you need?
And really paying close attention to what is coming back to you. It's like you're becoming the mother that is giving loving awareness to an afraid inner child. And give that part of you whatever it needs. It might be an embrace, it might be love, it might be something else. And notice what happens to it. Maybe it transforms, maybe it integrates. And if you'd like to share, while you're still staying with it, you can do so. If you need to say something or you need some help to develop this further.
I'm trying to make sense out of this energy of the resistance started off in the heart, but then there was also the root. Like it just felt like something was pulling.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I forgave it and then realized and remembered that it was just trying to keep me safe, it's like my breath is linking the heart and then going into the root and then like this circling. Like now it feels like the energy is not pulling me down, but coming back up into the heart. So I'm not quite sure what that means or feels. It's interesting.
Yeah, so being the root chakra, being your center of inner safety, it almost feels that having connected this fear to the need to be safe, it connected to your power center of safety, to your root chakra. And there some alchemical transformation is happening as you are giving yourself your own safety. And again, we'll cover this more deeply in week 3. But this need to be safe perhaps can now be met in a resourceful way, without resistance, without fear, simply by activating that. And I think you can all do that, just tuning into your root chakra, your base chakra, just visualizing that you are claiming back the knowing that you are always safe. Because you are, because everything happens with purpose. And the perceived lack of safety, the hurt, the pain that we are receiving, we're just going to call, it is about calling your power back, calling your divine masculine energy back into your base chakra. Calling back your power from wherever you may have given it away. Calling back, activating the inner protector, the inner provider, that divine masculine energy, that healthy masculine that resides both within our base and our solar plexus. What's happening, Jasenia?
There's a calmness now. It's like there's no push or pull. It's just like this energy kind of just like vibrating there. I'm still not sure what part of it is the masculine and what part of it is the feminine, but it seems to just, it's just airy and there.
Perfect. Don't need to know. Yeah, just connecting to that feeling of airiness, and spaciousness, openness. Anybody else want to share, get some more insight, or develop this more deeply? Yeah.
My ovaries are feeling like they're spinning in their orbit, really pulsing, really grabbing my attention. Ovaries, the room, feel very activated.
And what did that part of you need when you asked it, what do you need?
I got a vision of her eyes. It's like I could see through the soles of her eyes. The comfort with her eyes, the assurance, the knowing. So I could see that in her eyes. Yeah, there was this sense of mirror. There was a mirror effect. Assurance.
Has it transformed into assurance?
How is it transformed?
Yeah, has it transformed that fear, that tightness in the jaw? Has it transformed?
Feel a tightness a bit of sensitivity in my chest. Like, yeah.
Just loving that part of you. And it's like, yeah, that tightness in your chest. Just asking that what it means. How's it feeling now?
Present. More clarity around the sense of my forehead.
Beautiful.
Like,
So we're going to tune in one more time into any resistance that is ready to surface for you with regards to your vision. Just find it in your body and allow it to expand. Just get a visual image for that feeling inside of your body. It could just be tightness, or it could be whatever it wants to, whatever you're feeling. And then just blow that out of proportion. Just allow it to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. As big as it can become. We're going to give it space. We're going to see it. And when it can't grow any further, just take your time. If you're not with me, that's fine. Do it in your own time. When it can't go any further, it'll become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. Good. Just allowing that to be there. And eventually it will become so small that it will disappear. So in your own time, create. Make sounds. And then when it has disappeared, when it's shrunk so small that it disappears, just feel into what that feels like. Now your vision will have more space to expand. And just nod so to let me know that you have completed the expansion and shrinking when you are ready. And now we're calling in the qualities that you need to step more purposefully into your vision. That could be courage, it could be speaking your truth, it could be letting go, being in a state of expansion and surrender. Whatever it is, just trust that the word, the quality that you need will come to you. And then visualize yourself being showered in that quality, like a beautiful waterfall showering you in this quality, and activating that quality in every cell of your body. There might even be a color associated to this golden. It could be a golden shower, it could be a pink shower, it could be a green shower, whatever color this quality is. Visualize that quality, that color activating in every cell of the body, taking up the space, moving into the spaces that the resistance and the fear was previously held in. Really embodying this quality that will assist you to know and trust and live your vision. And then tuning into how it feels, how this quality activated. There might be a new sense of expansion, a new sense of softness or determination. And then knowing that this process can continue without your conscious awareness, it isn't complete. Just taking a moment to complete this process consciously before you bring your awareness back into the space. And then come back to it. And those of you who are back already, so I'll just start talking. So what I invite you to do is to connect to your vision, you understand it, whether you got it today or you already knew it. Connect to that vision, maybe every morning or every night, and connecting to the qualities that you have just activated within your body, definitely every morning, so that those are the qualities that you are starting your day with, that you're stepping with those qualities into your day. And just be really aware of when there is resistance popping up, what type of resistance is popping up, what is throwing you out of your center throughout the week. And just notice that. And if you have time, actually what I'd love you to do is just maybe take a pen and paper with you and write down anytime you get triggered, any time you get thrown out of your center, and just write down, this is how I was feeling. And then maybe once or twice next week, you can, in the evening, you can sit down and connect to that resistance, connect to that fear. See it, honor it, love it, respect it, and integrate it by loving it, by acknowledging it for what it's trying to assist you with. They're usually trying to keep you safe, even have a very good way of doing it. And so by loving it, it can stop being like the rebellious inner child that it is. Become part of you, part of the supportive team that you have. So I would like to just go around one last time, around our virtual circle, and just for you to share where you're at right now and what you have as an intention for the week.
With me, it was, I think what really connected it was that those words you used in terms of really establishing my own safety. Finding a sense of home has been a really big thing lately, and realizing that that sense of safety hasn't ever quite been there. So that activated these really beautiful flow of just sensations from my yoni up into, like, she was just slowly just making her way up, and like there was a bit of a block in the solar plexus, and as soon as I got to the heart, it was this trying to cradle around that blockage that's in there that is very, very stubborn. And it just seems to just shift around, and it's definitely that Earth Mama and Star Child just trying to mend the relationship, which reflects a lot with my own mom relationship, to be honest. And yeah, then that was flowing up, and it connected me back to Bridget, I think, a bit, that fiery sensation in my crown. But yeah, that really beautiful, even sensual sensation from myself was new, and I've never felt it that strong before, or like that overflowing, just like river of life feeling. So, and then the intention is to keep that going, because that was cool. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
I'm happy to go next. What was interesting for me that I noticed, and I originally started with the solar plexus, but then when my blocks came in, it was my throat. And what I remembered for the last 18 months to 2 years, I have been concerned that I have an infection or some problem in my throat. And then when you said to expand, it was like, oh, it's going to choke me, the whole, I can't breathe, which was really sort of interesting. No, this is just imaginary stuff. So, but also realizing the distraction and how much I can get out of focus without sort of staying in the one place. And what I'll acknowledge for that is just figuring out, my intention is finding out what that's all about, why the distraction, am I not worthy, that came up, of giving myself that intention. And I remember something that you said, and I thought it's interesting, because I remember once drawing a picture and it said, how do you draw yourself? And I was empty. And what that came, it's the whole mother thing, the mother, grandmother, giving all of myself away and having nothing left for me. So that vision sort of came up. I thought, well, you can't do that, because at the end of the day, I realized if I have nothing left to give anyone else. So it's been a little bit of that journey of reclaiming and putting myself first. So that's been a little bit where I am. And I thought, right, well, we'll just heal that throat. And I had a colour of blue and water and just that healing. So my intention is to continue with that throat and that blockage has been part of that last 2-year journey, and knowing, can we just clear this? So that will be what I will focus on.
Thank you. And it is about really giving it all of the attention, allowing it to, rather than suppressing, saying, I want you gone, saying, okay, what have you got to show me? What is your gift to me? Expand, right? Like, and letting it become as big as it needs to become. Showering it with love and gratitude. And there might be more to it, but that is a very good starting point, just to giving it, allowing it to be seen, and filling yourself up with love, with compassion. Thank you. You don't know who I'm looking at. Looks like Aslan. You can see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I feel a very tender softness in my heart. So I was able to really witness my resistance in my body literally disappear. So I was initially really resistant to feeling it, and I noticed it everywhere, and how I had such a judgment about that. But I feel like, there's a softness to my body now. There's an acceptance. And it was, for me this week, my intention is to give more attention and listen more closely to my body, and rest even more than I am.
I heard something about to rest even more than you had, and something about giving your body something back.
Giving my body what it needs.
Yes.
Really listening more closely.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Anna.
I've got nothing really to say. All I felt was definitely some releasing of that resistance, calmness, and I don't have words myself, but it was amazing to hear what the others had to say, and that kind of like resonated with me.
And what is your intention for the week?
My intention for the week. I had like a lot of like ideas flying in my head. I was thinking booking flight to the Byron Bay, get a keyboard here. I was already imagining myself playing that keyboard and just composing. That's what was coming in my mind. Yes.
Anything around you? You've got that vision. You can connect to continue connecting to that vision, and also you said you didn't have qualities, but you're feeling calmer. Is that what you said?
The qualities. I actually did have qualities. I felt like, what's the word in English? Like a courage and braveness. To be brave.
So what I'd invite you to do is to activate those qualities within yourself every morning, and the courage and the bravery, wherever, however you want to do that, with the goal, with the light, or however, so that those qualities can become more of your state of being. And that really goes for all of you, just really connecting to those empowering qualities that will assist you to step more deeply into your vision. And next week we will talk about soul purpose, and we will have conversations around that and processes to finding a deeper layer of connection to that, to what that is. So I want to thank you all for being here, for sharing yourselves, for the openness and the willingness to go deep, go within yourself. And I will create the Facebook group so we can all connect there. If there's anything that's happening throughout the week, feel free to share what's going on for you. We don't have to just be in touch during these calls. So have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week.
Amazing. Thank you.
Bye. Lots of love.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.